Right, hello and welcome to Jaguar XJ220. Now we are looking at this car today because it can receive an engine swap now with update 1.42 to the game. So before we actually engine swap it, let's go over the vehicle and how it performs with the standard engine being fully upgraded. Because look, the Jaguar XJ220 is a fantastic vehicle with a whole lot of history. And in Gran Turismo 7 you can make it really fast, and when I say really fast I mean it's actually scary how quick this car can be. We see that once you fully upgrade the standard engine, you are going to be left with 830 brake horsepower in a vehicle that comes in at a weight of 1070 kgs. That means when you actually take it around a circuit, you're going to use Jaguar driving park for example. We see that at the end of the first straightaway, well, the main straightaway, we are traveling at about 300 kilometers per hour before we need to make it around the first corner. And that's the thing, because if you slam on the brakes, you will indeed make it around said corner. And that's the thing about the Jaguar XJ220. A lot of people, in my opinion, they used the car once when it came out and never really touched it again. And I'll be the first to admit it, I am one of those people, and I am really regretting my decision now since I finally got behind the wheel of it once again, because this vehicle is so epic to drive. It's just so attentive. Whatever response you give it, it listens and adapts to whatever driving style you want it to have. Because I was able to set extremely fast lap times in this vehicle, setting lap time around the 1 minute 30.4 second mark, which frankly a 1 minute 30 second lap in any vehicle is a fast lap time, and considering it's a classic vehicle that does boast some history to go along with it, it just adds more and more to why this vehicle needs to be in your garage. Because look, the Jaguar XJ220, if you didn't know, at the time of when it got released, it was the fastest production vehicle out there. This car held the crown from 1992 up until 1993. For an entire year, this was the fastest production vehicle on the road. And at the time of it going on sale, it was also one of the most expensive cars you could purchase. The Jaguar XJ220, in my opinion, was well ahead of its time. And now with update 1.42 bringing us an engine swap, it really has to be something special, and it is, because we see that the engine swap for this car comes out of the Jaguar XJR-9 from 1988, a Group 1 level racer. Now the Jaguar XJR-9 is one of the best classic Group 1 cars you can own. It's fantastic. The V12 on it gives so much power. We see that this engine being fully upgraded produces 987 brake horsepower, which is quite a lot in a very lightweight vehicle that has tons of downforce, and is just, when it comes to a circuit experience, and one that will actually change your entire experience with this game. So if we are able to take the engine from such a beast of a vehicle and put it into a Jaguar XJ220, the question arises of, is it gonna be any good? Because there's a problem where if we slap in engines that are a bit too powerful for a vehicle, then it loses its real drivability or charm about the vehicle. But I'm glad to report that that's not the case with the Jaguar XJ220. Now yes, the Jaguar is fast, but it doesn't actually feel that much faster, because around Jaguar driving park we see that the fastest lap time I was able to set was actually a 1 minute 30 dead. Yes, that is the same time that I set with the standard Jaguar XJ220 engine being fully upgraded in it. So yes, you do have a slight advantage with the V12 now being in the Jaguar XJ220. And fun fact, the Jaguar XJ220 was actually supposed to come out with a V12 engine, but due to emissions and a whole lot of other regulations, it got changed over to a 3.5 liter V6 that got twin turbocharged. So it's kind of us also creating what the Jaguar XJ220 was supposed to be, and it still feels and it still has the great charm that the original XJ220 engine came with. So now I know a few people may be thinking to themselves, if it's setting the same lap times, what's the point of actually going out and purchasing this engine swap that is well over 1 million credits? So the thing is, fuel economy. With the V6 engine in the Jaguar XJ220, when it comes to using it around the WTC 700 around Le Mans, for example, well, you're gonna have to set your vehicle over to fuel map level 6, which is really restricting. It really holds back, and you don't really have an enjoyable experience with the vehicle on such a restricted power level. And with it having the engine from a Group 1 car in, that issue goes right out the window. Because now, if we take it to the WTC 700 around Le Mans, we see that on fuel map level 1, we will get 3 laps of fuel out of it, which is why I love Group 1 engine swap coming into regular road cars, because it just makes them into proper race cars. So the Jaguar XJ220, it has more than enough power to make it down the straightaway, because we find ourselves doing well over 330 kilometers per hour before we need to slam on the brakes. The brakes are really the only downside that I have to say about this. If we had a bit beefier brakes, this would be one of the best cars to drive in Gran Turismo 7. But just because of that issue, I'm gonna have to actually say, you know what, it's look, I'm not gonna put it down. It is a fantastic vehicle, and if you have the chance to swap it, definitely do so, because as I said, you don't lose any of the charm, any of the charisma that comes with the Jaguar XJ220, because you are buying a piece of history. You are buying a vehicle that is fast by modern day standards. It does not feel outdated at all, and it's just overall a fantastic vehicle to be behind the wheel of. The Jaguar XJ220, if you haven't picked it up yet, you should. Oh wait, but there is a problem. The vehicle is in the legendary dealership, which means it's in a rotation. So when you get the chance to pick up the Jaguar XJ220, you need to, regardless of the price. Okay, if it costs 20 million, don't do that, but still, it's a fantastic vehicle. Its performance overall will leave some modern cars in the dust, and that really just impresses me and knocks my socks off right there. So the Jaguar XJ220 with the engine swap from the Jaguar XJR-9 is a fantastic match. It's a fantastic pairing, and honestly I think it's the best option that could have gone into the Jaguar XJ220. So with all this being said, let me hear your thoughts of this engine swap in the comment section. Do you agree with me? Am I talking utter baloney? Just let me know in the comment section. And yeah, with all this being said, thank you so much for watching, thank you so much for your time, and I will see you guys in the next Gran Turismo 7 video. Peace.